can see the victory point counter is very close to the Soviet team actually winning. So you just know at this point, with half of the game still left, that this is going to be very, very long. There's going to be a pretty good comeback here.
Yeah, I actually thought we are done like 5 minutes ago because of the permanent advances of the Russian hordes. I couldn't stop. And right now they are popping in a Panther battle group by Ape that will save us a little bit from the T-34 and maybe some other hidden tanks in the back. And I have actually only 80 munitions manpower away from Tiger Ace. That's a new reward unit, I think, for the King Tiger.
That's right, and that was very, very much missed by the community when opposing fronts came out and the King Tiger replaced the Tiger Ace. But now EF has brought it back. So if you ever missed the Tiger Ace, it is a black skin, yes. So if you've ever missed it, yeah, this is your chance to use the beast again.
Right. And you will see in the remaining minutes how much action the Tiger Ace puts in this battle.
Yeah, so you were basically going for a fairly typical Terra strat, hanging out for this Tiger Ace, hoping for the late game counter-attack. So a lot of Axis players will be pretty familiar with what you're doing. You actually haven't gone Gren Spam though, you've gone Tier 2, Tier 3, which is actually working pretty well at this point.
Pumas have decimated most infantry and the AT guns.
Yeah, so how far, what's your time there now, Cranial?
You are 27, right?
27,
yes, 27, 26.
I am almost there. Sorry for the wait.
No problem.
Alright, don't forget to give us a countdown. Over on the left we see some guards moving up as well. So trying to snatch these last few victory points away.
Yes. Guards are very good late game infantry.
Exactly. So you're going to need a lot of research to get to them. They're a bit more like, say, Knights Crossholders. They're very much elite squads, very low man count. But they are very powerful.
And they are also at 3, which makes them much more powerful.
Exactly. These ones from that very, very good nade on the Panzer Grenadier Blob have gotten Vet 3. So these are a very strong squad.
Now, might I add, with the Urban Doctrine, there is an upgrade available. It is called the Street Viking, and implements a very flame-oriented army. You may have seen the Stern movie earlier, Killing the Bunker with a dual flame squad.
Yeah, this my bunker doesn't look like it's in pretty shape. Was because of
yeah, it's not in good shape, is it now? Alright, how are we doing now, Cranial?
Almost. Sorry, half a minute.
Maybe you can talk in the remaining time till Cranial joins us again about the doctrines, just to name them. There is 3 doctrines, and left doctrine is a propaganda war, which isn't represented, I think. We choose...
neither player has chosen propaganda in this particular match. It's quite artillery oriented. It could have been quite useful against Ape's infantry, but unfortunately we had already chosen doctrines.
Right.
Gives you access to also the naval elite infantry column. They are much like weapon specialists.
Right. But
They are. They're quite tough. It's actually a bit of a pity that we haven't shown them in this game, but you can look out for them in future shoutcasts.
Right.
As mentioned before, Cranial has chosen Urban Doctrine, so that's a very infantry, partisan type doctrine, and it also unlocks the Sniper Ace eventually. Unfortunately, I don't think he gets used in this match,
No.
but it's generally a fairly infantry-oriented doctrine.
Well,
What is-
guys, I'm ready.
Okay. And the last doctrine was, I think, Breakthrough.
Alright, so
Which-
killer countdown of 3, 2, 1, go. And the last doctrine I've finally chosen, I've actually gone Breakthrough Doctrine, which is very tank oriented. So I'm going to counter these Panthers, I guess, which are now surging down the right hand side. The ISU 152 Beast Killer. Very, very powerful self-propelled gun, and you'll be able to see these in in just a few minutes.
Extremely powerful. Its only weakness, I believe, would be that its gun is fixed.
Yeah, right. It's very much like a stir type thing, but much, much stronger again.
It's
You
like-
can see in middle, there's some of those dual flamer Sturmovir that Cranial was talking about earlier, only available with the Urban Doctrine. They're very much a late game thing, but quite strong. And generally, this left hand side is just being captured out and taken by a lot of Soviet infantry, while these victory points continue to tick down.
As the Axis begin to capture the VPs, we are putting a lot more pressure on their infantry.
Yeah, you can see here I'm moving up with these conscripts and Red Banner Strelky, trying to snatch this last victory point, while at the same time Killer's Volksgrenadiers are trying to snatch middle.
And now I called in the Tiger Ace. That is stopping the Strike Scarves to kill my level.
Ooh, good
Doesn't it
dodge.
look great?
Beautiful. It is a very fast tank.
Yeah, very fast.
Yeah, anyone who either hasn't played Vanilla Company of Heroes or hasn't played in a while to remember, Tiger Ace is basically a very fast Vet 3 Tiger. So
There's a-
very, very deadly.
There's also a long shot ability that will help it against tanks.
Yeah, so basically when we put it in Vanilla Company of Heroes, you could actually get more than one of these. We've kept with the King Tiger theme, so you can only get one ever. But to balance that out, we've given it a small ability just to help it out a bit.
It will help it crush the Soviet army.
Now here you can see the ISU is taking on this Panther, and it didn't do too great. It may have taken out one, but this other one still lives. It's got Vet 1 now, so it could be a bit of a pain later on.
Yeah. There's a IS-2 heading up, but he will shortly be stopped.
So we have finally 2 victory points. So we can,
Yeah, now the ticker's going the other way for
Right.
the first time in a while, actually.
And the Axis have all the fuel, too.
They do. It's now not actually looking good for the Soviet team. So these snipers trying to harass and just try and stop the capping as much as possible.
Most of the Soviet forces have been decimated, however there are a few vet squads still climbing around.
And Ape has already called in Jagdpanther. So we have a Tiger Ace and a Jagdpanther on the field. So it would be armor-wise very difficult for the Soviet player to counter
Very
that.
good. very good combination of anti-infantry and anti-tank. As we can see, Killer's emphasizing on artillery with Stukas and Neevils.
I had just too many munitions left. Didn't know what to do it and decided to invest it to Stukas, which was a very good decision afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, you can use those artillery to deny the victory point captures, which we're inevitably going to try and do, with only 20 victory points left.
Very close save by the Axis team. It looks like the Soviets have taken the left fuel and victory point position now and bunkered down. With some
meanwhile the Axis are building up on the right flank quite a bit with this Panzer Grenadier blob and the Panzer Elite tanks.
However,
That's a
it
big
looks like
threat right
there's
there.
some armor moving up on the right side.
Here comes a
Yeah, you can
Soviet
see this,
counterattack.
Two heavy Soviet tanks going at it with the heavy German tanks. Let's see how they do. Oh,
Good hit on the blob.
it was a good hit on the blob right there. Unfortunately, not enough to stop it. These tank hunter Shrek squads are very, very angry.
Do not like the IS-2.
Not at all. Meanwhile, the Yug Panther, bit of a match for the ISU. Bit of a mismatch, I should say. Not much of a chance
It's
there.
very hard to fight back.
Yeah, this triple offensive vet Rex squads are very, very powerful.
Seeing a lot of artillery come down on that middle VP, possibly winning the match. Who knows if you guys would have been able to take that back?
Yeah.
I sacrificed quite a Stern movie spot for that. You've seen a lucky combat.
And he
But-
bites the dust from the Tiger Ace.
He survives for a little, but then he hits it.
Now here come the Vet 3 guards trying to make their mark on this victory point. Snipers giving some support, but at a bit of a one-way fight with the Tiger Ace there.
Most Axis infantry does not stand well. Sniper support with a pretty high vet guard, you know?
Yeah. As it mentions, Kurds have anti-tank grenade, which seconds blow on damaged tank to finish it off.
Yes, very
Yeah,
powerful.
and oh, and a Vet 3 sniper gets obliterated by the Tiger Ace. Now you can see some more guards trying to come up and snatch the middle VP. Meanwhile, this partisan squad that had spawned out of the building, like Fallschirmjäger, tried to snatch this right-hand VP, but couldn't do so because of propaganda war. Good timing on that killer.
Yep. Thanks.
Another attack with the Soviet armor heading for the middle.
Yeah, again we're going to try and see the ISU and the IS-2 combination go at it.
What was the reward unit for the ISU? In your breakthrough, you didn't choose it?
Yeah. That was my breakthrough 9 command point ability, so it's pretty much on par with Tigers, Pershings, King Tiger, those kind of things.
A big flank from the Axis really put a dent on our armor and sealed the deal.
Right.
Yeah, these armor battles just aren't going our way at this point. Yug Panther, Vet 2 Panther, Tiger Ace is proving to be a very deadly combination. The IS-2 goes down from some flanking and the slugfest for the Tiger Ace as well. ISU's trying to lend a hand, but it just fires so slowly. It's really more of a support unit.